Alright, ladies and gents, let me go. Yeah, microphone check here. I'd like to welcome you aboard Southwest 1322, service up to Chicago Midway. Weather's looking good here in BWI, Baltimore. So, see what the weather is here so I can... I just checked it. I just saw the altimeter setting. That's pretty much all I saw. So we got light winds for April 6 knots, 10 statute miles of visibility. Some broken clouds at 250. Temps 24 degrees, 12 on the dew point, 902 is our altimeter. Good temps, good pressures, and good clouds. On our route, we're going to be splitting through two cells, so that would cause some atmospheric delineations there. Other than that, we're looking good on the routing in terms of weather. As we go into Chicago here, we should have some light wind. Chicago looks good. Some few clouds, 18,000. Some slight midday afternoon bumps. Other than that, weather is looking good on both the departure and the arrival here. We're Southwest 1322 in the right aircraft, 737 MAX. Our routing is Foxhole, Ramey, Quebec 72, Hacks, Juliet 149, Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha, Pang 6, and top out 2300. So that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. So I tried to fix some things with our settings here, so the streaming quality should be slightly better, but there's still some stuff I got to work on. Other than that, we checked our all of our emergency equipment and whatnot. So let's go ahead and just start off with our flow here. So flow, we're going to go ahead and test. We're going to take a look at our inverter here. Static inverter looks good. Your standby power, your AC standby power is being powered by your transfer bus 1. Battery bus is looking good. You get your TR, which is TRUs. You can notice that the TRU3 is taking less of an amperage load, and that is correct to the real aircraft, as it would be only supplying our DC standby bus in this power configuration. Batteries are good. Fuel pumps, actually. Our old crew left that on, so the last crew left their fuel pumps on. Sorry about that. Pumps, packs, everything looks good. We're coming down, looking good on the wheel well. I'm going to go ahead and do a fire extinguishing test here, fire suppression system. Take a look at your overheat detection light. Can't talk today, ladies and gents, so bear with me here. Get our lights looking good. And I just spawned in, and usually I'd have the plane a little bit better set up here, but not this stream, I guess. Okay, so we are going to... Here we go. Alright, so fire test is good. Test that. I'm going to go ahead and do a cargo fire test. You want to get your fire test all out of the way before your passengers get on board, just in case we're flying with any nervous passengers. Alright, coming down here, we're going to get our IRs to align. Emergency exit lights coming down. Trim air. Looking good. We are going to go ahead and get our... Let me go ahead and shift forward. There we go. Okay, we're going to get our GPS left into the IRS position there. That's the IRS position reference there. 9105. Let's key. Yeah, okay. All right, and then we'll put BWI into here. Let's see if we can uplink our route here. So let me see if I can do this. It's okay if I can't. Let me actually, while I'm at it, let me just go ahead and there we go. Let me just go ahead and fill out our weights here, our weight and balance numbers. Okay, we're looking at, in terms of packs on board, we're looking at a number of 174, so almost full ship here on board, going up to Midway. So that's obviously going to have some complications there. We're obviously going to have some complications there as we go into Midway. Remember, we're dealing with short runway. So it's going to be flaps 40. We're going to have to use high auto brake. We're a little bit heavy. Let's take a look at our cargo here. So cargo for today is 6,000. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw 3,000 in the back. Well, you don't want to do that. Let's go with 4,000 in the front. No, you can't do that. So let's do 3,000 in the front. No. 3,085 in the front, and then 3,000 in the back. There we go. So we are going to be heavy, ladies and gents. We're going to be a heavy bird going up to Midway here. So our total fuel for today off the paperwork is going to be 23.6. So lots of fuel, lots of bags, lots of stuff here. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, it's in kilograms. Are you kidding me? That is so stupid. Oh my gosh. That is just idiotic. If we're running a Southwest livery, why would it measure in kilo? That makes 0 sense to me. Like, why would it do that? Save and load. Panel style. Very dumb to me. Let's see here. Stupid thing. US system. There we go. Just dumb, man. It's makes no sense. Makes 0 sense. Why would we be measuring in kilograms? Like, are you kidding me? How does that even make sense? I should have caught that though. All right. We're going to put we'll just leave that as is. There, we'll just put that many bags up front there. We'll say that we have extra bags. Okay. And total fuel is going to be 23.6. 23.6. Minimum fuel is 22.1. Stupid. Okay. Alright, cool. With that being said, it has the invalid uplink thing. Wonder why we can't initialize that. Oh my gosh. What? There we go. Okay, so our ACARS is in there. Should be able to, whatever. Whatever. What if I put BWI MDW? No deal? Okay, whatever. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to hand mash it again. So MDW. Sorry. Southwest 1322. We're taking off of runway 28. Foxhole. Okay, we'll get our thing up here, and we will get our departures up. We'll just do heading on departure, honestly. See where we're at. So 28, okay. Yeah, we'll just do heading on departure, honestly. We'll just skip that, save time. Okay. Alright. We'll just go heading on departure and direct Remy. Romeo Alpha Mike Alpha Yankee. And we have then bench Bravo Echo. Yes, here. Hotel. And Golf Echo. Quebec. Echo. Kekua. Hex. Summit. Vladdy. Empty. Mecan. $4005. Yep, that's it. Rod. Romeo Oscar Delta. Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha. I'm not even gonna try with the airways. I'm not sure if it's gonna eat. This is what I'm. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm hand mashing in the airway manually. It's just quicker than trying to mess around, trying to figure out, you know, why is it not eating up this airway? Why is this airway not in this database? Whatever. So. That being said, Pang 6 Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha transition, and we are expected to land on runway 30 right. Or sorry, 31 right. It's been a while since I've been to Midway, so I'm not sure what they got going on over here. It says 31 right on the paperwork. I only got 31 center. on here. So let me take a look at Midway here. It's been a really long time since I've flown into Midway. Okay, I see what they got. We're not landing on that runway, so we're gonna choose 3-1 center, and yeah, that's what you get for sim briefing this. All right. Sim brief, classic sim brief trying to kill us. So, direct Ramy, bench, Bark, Hacks, Sumlet, Valdi, hack in, Foxtrot, Whiskey, Alpha, Bagel, Higgs. Asom, Halley, then you go down the hills. Then we have a discount vectors for the ILS-31 center, 6,522 foot runway, no floaty, slam it down. Auto brake, flaps 40, fun. There. Okay, activate, execute, route is good. Going to our V now. We'll go, before you do that, you gotta get your perfs in. So, perfs, it was easy, 5.0 on the reserves, 45 on the CI. And you take your zero fuel weight off the pad here because we had a couple extra bags. So, oh wow, look at this, guys. A little bit buggy, but it's all right. All right, 685. So we'll just go 485 and 2. Shuttle fuel is 23.6. 21.221 is our. Okay, is everything filled out? Yes. Okay, cool. Zero fuel weight is looking to be 139.3. We got 139.3 on board. Nice. $20 and 23.4. We got 23.6 on board. 23. I'm just going to put 23.4 so there's no discrepancy. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to throw the APU on here. $300. Cruise winds is 25480. 080. Heights of deviation is there we go. We'll do 45 on the cell temp, whatever that gives us is whatever that gives us. Climb, no D rate, 28K, good. Give me a flaps 1. Numbers for the we'll just do flaps 5 actually. There we go. What do the numbers look like for 5? Yeah, we'll do that. 5. Yep, first officer trimmed. We have 5 down in the box. I got 143, 145, 155 upstairs. 155 set upstairs. That's all good. Okay, progs page. You want to make a U. Looks good. VNAV. We're looking good. No max rate. Good. 301, 250 under 50. We're going to do heading on departure. And, okay, we're looking good. Route 1. You want to make sure you're in Route 1. Not a Route 2. Everything downstairs looks good. Okay. That being said, we're going to go ahead and hit a flow here. So we'll go Southwest does the different direction. Servicing the phone out. Good. Make sure your oxygen masks are good. Eeks. Yes, recorder. You're trying to test if it turns off, or the light extinguishes. Sorry, you're trying to test if it turns on when you move the switch to on there. That would force it to on. No main lights. You want yaw damper, good. Spoilers. Yep, that's good. Cross feed valve looks good. Fuel pumps coming on. We should have center. Yep, we do have center. Centers comes on. APU gen's been on. We'll swap them. Good. Okay. Seatbelt signs are on. Window heats. The first officer would have did this. And comes over, overheat. Check that. Turn your window heats back on. A's on, B's off. And when you turn your electric motor driven pump B on, you want to come down here and make sure your system B accumulator is in the green. You can also come over here to your systems page. Make sure that you have a minimum of 2,800 PSI plus 200. 3,000 should be nominal. 2. If it exceeds 300, then that might be an issue with your, well, if this exceeds 3,000, more than 200, that might be an issue with your system. You may have something wrong with the pressure relief valves or something like that, which should be pneumatically operated anyway. Those should be loaded via pressure differential rather than controlled by some type of servo. Okay, indications look good. Looking good up here. We'll turn on our bleed. No, we won't turn on our bleed just yet. I think we have external air connected. Let me get that disconnected here. So we'll say that if they can go ahead and disconnect the external air. Yeah, we do. Okay. We'll disconnect that as well as our electronic. We'll tell them to go ahead and just start releasing all of our stuff here. 300-600, set auto, outflow valve open. It's good. Wheel well lights off. Ignition to the right for to test that the AC standby bus can accept an electrical load. We'll do this. So okay. 902 looks good. I'm gonna put my FPV up on my screen. No terrain, no weather, nothing like that. 155. Good. 280. Top altitude on departure, we'll say is 1000. Looks good. Oxygen mask, we'll make sure there's no dip. Pressure, that could indicate a hole in one of your oxygen lines or a fault in the actual valve there. Dim. Light test. Take gear down. Also steering. Looks good. Trim is good. Individual thrust levers. We'll say the first officer tested the trim already. good, good. Good. Transponder. Test on that. Rotor trim centered up. Good. Aileron trim's good. And you want to do your...
Glide slope.
Alright, while that's going on...
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Go ahead and brief.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
We're going to be...
Obstacle. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up.
We're going to be taking off. We're clear to take off out of
Too low. Gear.
BWI.
Too low.
Heading on departure, runway heading probably 1000 after departure. We have a squawk, departure frequency, yada yada yada. No takeoff alternates, no special report information, no MEL items, no NOTAMs. Weather looks good, 902, very good 16. For the taxi routing, we are looking at...
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. 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 Pull.
We are looking at, in terms of taxi routing, we'll start up both of our engines. Here we'll expect no hot spots. Taxiway conditions dry. We'll get what we get when it comes to taxiing. We'll do a 2-engine taxi out. Runway considerations are dry. Standard RTO considerations, good clearance. After departure, I'll call for heading select 400, speed up at 1000. We will be using auto thrust as well as heading select, level change on departure. Transition altitude 18,000. Any questions, comments, or concerns? No questions, comments, or concerns. Okay, well, we got our APU running. That's all good. We are going to flip my checklist here, get my papers up. Good. And we'll go ahead and just prepare for push here. Oh my gosh. So we'll get our... Okay, request pushback. Pushback has been requested. While you're here, you can look at your field differential pressure light. That's cool. It means that the elevator field centering unit has detected a pressure differential. And it closes a switch that illuminates that light. Yeah, no big factor on the ground. It's no big factor in the air too. As usually the EFCU it uses both hydraulic systems, but mainly uses A for feedback on the yoke. So near stall, for example, for instance, as we near a stall, the pitot probes on the rear of the aircraft, these little guys right here, those detect Q, which is dynamic pressure. It's velocity squared times density over 2. And what those detect, when the angle of attack is high, of course the Q over here is going to be lower, and that's going to, and this is all mechanically actuated, so there's no electricity involved, but it goes through a computer, a mechanical computer, which applies more system A pressure on a back drive servo on the yoke, preventing basically giving the pilot a Earth return type warning when it comes to stalling the airplane. So you have to actually confirm you want to stall the airplane before you stall this airplane. All right, we're going to release our brakes. Before we do that, let me get a little ahead of myself here. Let me go ahead and let's do our before start stuff. So we'll go, that's good, AP is good, beacons on. And we get our packs say on, before start check. Okay, before start check. Start check, fuel pumps are on, center pumps on, 23.5 on board, passenger sides on, window heat on, hydraulic pumps, A's on, B's off, pressurization. I got 300 set tops, 600 set bottoms, set auto, outflow valve open, auto brake is RTO, stab trim is set 5.89er. Beacons on, brakes release, clear to push. Ground, are we clear to start engine? Alright, we'll start in 2. Packs are coming off. Start up number 2. Punch the clock. Let her warm up. Igniters get about, I believe, 3 minutes. Why are we getting a heat signature? Okay, none south pass. Sorry about that. No concerns, comments, or questions, Captain. Thank you. Because I wasn't going to answer them either. Right, no, I'm just joking. And started, add some fuel there. Sorry, I missed your comment there. All right, light off. And looking good there. And there's that compressor crescendo. I'll go ahead and get this sound up for you guys for number 2. Alright. So number 2's all started up. It's all baking. Okay, so we'll turn on. We'll isolate, ventilate. Start number 2. Punch chrono. Make sure your chrono's moving after you punch the button, because that's that's the whole point of pressing the button. There's been many times where I punched that chrono in the sim. Oh no! Oh! Parking brake set. Clear disconnect. There's been many times where I punched the chrono in the sim and it, like, doesn't start moving, and I look down at the chrono and it's like, why the hell is it not moving? Especially on the older clocks. On the Max, I mean, you have like the actual indication here, so it spells it all out for you. Okay, so number 2 is looking good. So number 1's looking good, so we'll add some fuel. Spar valve opens, engine valve opens. The spar valve opens before the engine valve. That's correct sequence. Momentarily, you'll get a fuel flow 000 indication. That's because the EC performs its self-test right after you put the idle cutout lever to idle. That's standard. So we'll have our engine spool up here. You should have your N1. You should have your compressor crescendo. That's that little noise you hear right there. we should have a little bit of rollback, and then we should have our hot starter indicator move on up. That's good. Throw in our chrono. Now if we throw in our chrono's moving, should take about 3 to 5 minutes for those engines to thermatically stabilize. While we're here, we'll check our generators. 400 hertz, 115 volts, plus or minus 2. So if you're seeing less than 113 volts, we might have an issue with our generator, or more, not our generator, but more precisely our IDG. The IDG is responsible for hydromechanically stabilizing the gen there. Swap our gen there. APU is coming off. While you're up here, you want to go and throw on your probes. Get your hydraulics on. You want to go ahead and see. There you go. So now that we've started our engine-driven pumps, you can see that our line pressures are stabilized at about 3,000 plus or minus 100, which is good. All right. Get our packs on. Remember, this right here, this configuration is completely fine. You can have your engine bleed air 1 and your APU bleed open momentarily. Okay, you can have it open momentarily as long as your engine 1 thrust lever is at idle, which it is. That bleed valve, that engine 1 bleed air valve, is actually going to stay closed. That's why when I just closed that the APU shut-off valve, the engine 1 bleed air valve, you could hear the differences start feeding the pack. All right, over here we will come down. We'll drop our flaps, do a control check. 1, 2, 3, control check. And now that we're here, we're good. Before taxi, checklist: generators on, probe heats on, any ice off, flight controls free, correct, flaps 5, green light, transponder is good. Green transponder, we'll put in TAR, right? Southwest guys usually do that, they gave for some reason. Cowboy pilots. Alright, let's start moving. It's taking too long, sorry guys. Taxi lights on, clear left, clear right. We're going to follow Papa over to, where are we now? So we'll do Papa, make a left turn here, and that's 28 right there. Yeah, that's 28. Okay, looking good. You know what, for the sake of time, let's just back taxi here. So let's do this. Let's just back taxi. Don't try this at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear chrono here. We'll alert the cabin. Ding dong. Your transponder on. 2's coming up. 2's coming back down. You want to come up here. You want to set your auto thrust. Get your start levers to continuous. Once that is complete, you want to perform your before takeoff checklist. Takeoff config check. Packs set. Auto bleed set on. Altimeters 299er2, 999er2, and 9er2. Set cross check. Recall has been checked. No lights. Clear left. Clear right. Lights are coming on. You want to get your strobes and wing lights on first. Just back taxi here. Lights are coming on. cross-check your indication, make sure your FMA is clear, make sure you got your bugs set up, everything's looking good on your attitude indicators, and things looking good on your instruments. It's kind of like the last time you get to check if something's wrong. METAR says wind's variable at 6. I'm seeing a little bit of a crosswind, so we'll dip our wing into the wind there momentarily. So we'll apply a little bit left aileron on takeoff. Alright, so everyone ready to go. That being said, we will go ahead and perform our takeoff here. So we'll use the display threshold, and we'll do a 180 here. So a little bit of 180. So we're going to use differential thrust and slow down. Differential thrust, differential braking. So put your number 2 engine up to about 30%. Just let it spool up. Hold the brakes. And once you get to that apex of the turn there, that's when you dissipated all your kinetic energy, so you got to use a little bit of potential energy, in this case, thrust. Okay, apex of the turn, and there you go. You'll line up right on center line. A little bit right, but it's okay. Alright, yoke forward. You want to put about 40% in. 40% is in. We'll go ahead and yoga. Okay. Set takeoff thrust. Check. knots cross check. Okay, so 100 knots. So we had our BMGCA. Rudder becomes aerodynamically effective. Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell? Microsoft Flight Simulator. Height controls, full thrust. Continue.
V1. Bank angle.
What the hell, Microsoft? Well, seriously, man. $80 set, by the way, ladies and gents. $100 set, that's amazing. Okay, cool. Alright, pause it right here. Don't get the auto thrust on, I have the thrust. Okay, maintain heading, 400 heading select. We're about 1,000 now, 1,000 feet, so 210. So bug up speed, level change. A little bit of a weather vane there, I see a bit of a slip. We'll go ahead and raise our flaps to 1, flaps 1. Maintain the situation here, auto thrust can now come on. Set bug speed there, that's going to drop our flight directors. Flaps up. Go ahead and give me an after takeoff check when you're good for it. Takeoff check. Flaps up. Make sure. Continuous there. Off. Niters off. Looks good. Go ahead and give me command A now. Okay, command A, we're above 3,000 feet, bug 250. Okay, while we're here, we want to go ahead and sequence in our Remain. That's our next waypoint, Remain, confirm Remain is good. Okay. LNAV. Dog in the cage. Put our cruising altitude in the altitude bug 300. David Goggins Lover 737. Whoa, I know, right, man? I know. I'm not sure what happened there. I think I had a broken scenery. Well, the thing is, I don't have the scenery for people out to the default airport. So I think what happened was there's like a glitch in that runway, and I think I need to get a scenery for BWI now. Absolutely wild takeoff, man. Not 100% sure what happened there. I think it was a scenery issue, but we're on the default scenery. I don't know. Okay, we're 10,000 feet, so we're gonna go 10,000 feet. Get your climb checklist now. Climb check. Packs are auto. Lead set to on. Pressurization. It's good. We're pressurizing. You want to check that you're above about 4.0. Make sure your cabin altitude, if your cabin altitude is still 0, that's normal. Make sure that your vertical speed is positive. That means the cabin is climbing. Your start switches need to be off. APU comes off and flaps to up. Oh yeah, default scenery sucks. Yeah, man. Yeah. I didn't know it sucked that bad, man. Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, but we got it off the ground. Right there, I didn't want to stop the airplane. I believe it happened at about like 100 knots. So yeah, we're good. So I didn't really want to stop the airplane, so I go ahead and just said, listen, YOLO, let's go ahead and just take it on up. You only live once, so. Yeah, that was definitely a interesting takeoff. I bet you if you were to stop, you probably would have went into the trees. Whatever. We're this thing is climbing out of like a bat out of HE hockey, double hockey stick there. We're 2,700 feet per minute. So that leads me to believe. Let me check our weights. Are we actually at the weight? Yeah, we are. Interesting. She just has a lot of power right now. So 8,000. Transition out to you and set your standard. Get your lights off. Keep lights off. Make sure your strobes are good, your wells, everything's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and let the ladies and gents in the back up. Out front, you're seeing the two cells that I was talking about in the brief here. At the start of the stream, we're gonna have to shoot string through two of these cells here, so that could cause some atmospheric delineation. Right now, we're looking good right now, so no bumps or anything like that. So, but we should get bumps near the middle part of the flight, as well as near the descent phase. There are some afternoon bumps and some atmospheric instability. It's very natural to get bumps going into Chicago if you think about it, right? You have a lot of buildings and a lot of structures that heat up unevenly, that can cause uneven thermals and mechanical turbulence and whatnot. So go ahead and get ready for that, as well as we're going to get ready for a not greaser landing. We're going to have to do a no floaty. We're going to have to plant the main gears going into Chicago Midway. So it's gonna be like a Navy flight. It's gonna be like a flight back in the Navy. $55 knots off the nose there. That's good for us, I guess. Burn a little extra fuel. Alright. Pretty much settled here. I'm going to go ahead and look at a frog page. Take a look. 527 straight line track miles. ETA about 17:28. While we're here, go ahead and put up some sunshades on both sides. Mr. David Goggins lover's side here. Put up his sunshade. So, found out why we're climbing like a bat out of HE double hockey stick here. You got, I left our airspeed at 250 knots, so with all of that, I'm going to change it now, but with all of that, all of that energy coming from, the thrust being at a fixed one or at a fixed output, right? That's going to build a lot of kinetic energy. Now, when we are in flight level change mode, speed is on output, right? Speed is on elevate, meaning that our airspeed is maintained based off of our pitch, right? It's going to maintain our airspeed off of our pitch. With that being said, when we have a fixed thrust, full thrust output, and a low airspeed target, that kinetic energy has to go somewhere. And what that kinetic energy is going to do is going to rapidly convert into potential energy. Rapidly increase our burning speed. If that makes any sense. So now it's going to drop the nose, and we're going to speed up to 310 knots. And once it speeds up to 310 knots, it's going to go back to pitching up. But we're only going to maintain about 1,007. What's it going to do now? It's going to initially give us about 2,000 ship level out. Got about 1,900 there. 1,800 is coming back down. And it's just going to teeter-totter basically on that airspeed. That's usually how aircraft climb. Is that they climb. That's how aircraft in general maintain airspeed, right? They teeter-totter. They teeter-totter on two different portions of mechanical energy. Kinetic and potential. It's going to teeter-totter. Kinetic potential. Kinetic potential. Kinetic potential. It's going to teeter-totter on both of those portions there. Alright. So we're looking at a headwind of about 71 knots. I would play some music right now, but I gotta replay that takeoff, guys. So give me a second. I'm gonna leave you guys with the aircraft. We're 29 for 300. As a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and 29 300. Sit back. And there we go. Okay, level off. Alright. Alright. Okay, so working on fixing my stream quality here. So I've been kind of looking into sorry, I'll put my mic away from my face. I've been kind of looking into like stuff with bit rate and whatnot. So we'll see what we can do to fix the quality, because what you're seeing right now is like the default quality that OBS gave me, and it's absolutely garbage. I hate it. So I have to see what I can do to change the bitrate quality. Yeah, so let's see. So we're looking at we go ahead and take a look at our screen. We're doing good on the bit rate. We only have 77 drop frames. Okay, so we're doing good there. Which one do you guys like more? Do you guys like the zoomed in or the zoomed out? I'm going to keep it on the zoomed out. But we're also dealing with no drop frames. We have minimal workload on CPU. So that's better for, you know, streaming speed. But that, I don't know. I still don't know how to perfect that that quality there. Might have to hit up one of our fellow streamers. His name is Gray Eagle Sim. I might have to hit up Mr. Gray Eagle just to see how he does it. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and hit him up right now since we're at cruise. So. Fuzzy. Yes. Don't think. Yes. Okay. Alright, so we're looking good there. Let's take a look at how much time we got left here. We got 3:26. Okay, so it's about enough time for me to grab something to eat. Oh my god, we left the cockpit door open. You didn't even have a light. You should have a light. You should have a, should you have a, oh, no. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, well. Interesting. First of all, holy cow. Look at that, that is beautiful. Let's go to, over here. Let's take a look at outside here. I wonder if my... You guys want to fly this at night? We usually fly during the day, so I know it kinda sucks. Look at that thing. That beauty. Ah. I need to I think I'm gonna bump up my my streaming output quality here, so don't mind me. I'm just gonna be sitting here seeing what I can change here in terms of streaming quality. So alright. So I'm gonna take a picture here. Don't mind me. On YouTube, right? Kinda better, but still busy. settings. Using OBS proper. Alright. Let me go ahead and put up my stream on my EFB here so I can see comments. There we go. Looks like we got a new subscriber. I believe that would be. Let me take a look here. You can go actually into my YouTube notifications and check who that was there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change my bit rate here. So bear with me. Let's see if it'll actually let me. Okay, yeah. Alright, I'm going to change my bit rate here. Stand by, guys. Don't, hope this doesn't break my stream here. Okay, bit rate has been changed. Okay, bitrate has been changed there. That actually made the quality a little bit worse. Did it? Let me check. Sorry for breathing into my mic here. I'm gonna put my mic back. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god, yeah, that's nasty. I hear that now. Bitrate, okay, force YouTube treats your stream directly based on resolution. So 1080p streams get lower quality ABC1, okay. Which looks terrible motion. So go to settings, video output, scale them up. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Settings, output. Yeah, I don't think I can touch the scale right now. Okay. Okay, so what I'm... Sorry about that. Alright, what I'm about to do is I'm going to fix that after or later. I'm going to fix that later. Take a look at our systems here. Yeah, failures. Ooh. Let's go to init page. We're going to go to nav data. Nav options. Nope, not offset. Nav status looks good. go to airport real quick. We're going to go to standby, guys. I'm planning something. I'm gonna move this over here for a sec. Sorry. Transfer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have controls. Okay, autopilot's off. Let's take a look here. I got flight control. Yaw damper has been turned off. I got anti-ice. Nice. Lots of failures. It looks like we got an electrical failure. No, gens are still working. Equipped too. I got system B, EMDP. It's low pressure here. Okay, looks like we're drifting from altitude here. Southwest 1322, requesting block altitude. So we'll get a block altitude here. I'm gonna move the engine indications over to the right here. We got Pittsburgh off to the right, so let's go ahead and set a. I'm gonna go ahead and set here. I'm gonna trim us out here. We got control wheel steering. No. Okay, so no autopilot on the left side either. Do we have right autopilot? No. Okay, we don't. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and manually fly this airplane here. I'm a one-man band here, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, so we just got hit with an onslaught of failures right here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make sure the aircraft's stable first. I'm gonna come down into the fix page. I'm gonna come down and we're gonna hit Kilo Pit. Pit is right there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit on a beam right over there. While we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and reach over with my other hand. I'm gonna go over to K-Pit. I don't know what's wrong with the aircraft yet. I'm just gonna, right now, I'm gonna focus on getting our nose pointed in a direction just in case more crap hits the fan. So that's what I'm working on right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get us pointed on that radio actually right there. I'm gonna trim us out nose level here. Again, I'm going to keep that master caution on, so we have our yaw damper off, equipment cooling off, engine anti-ice light is coming on. We have an auto fail on the pressurization system, so I'm thinking that it's something with an electric, something electric that has failed, like a transfer bus. I'm thinking that's what we got. Some type of transfer bus that's left. Specifically our AC transfer bus 1. As you can see, our electric one, or EMDP 2, is cut off, which runs on transfer bus 1. So I'm thinking that's what we're dealing with right here. But our generator's still spinning though. That's what it. That's the conflicting sign though. Our generator's still spinning, as well as our it's taking amps, which means that it's taking at least some type of electrical load. So we're gonna start our descent here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and start a shallow descent. We're kind of in some phugoid oscillations there. The airplane feels a lot different right now. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what's happening to this aircraft. We can't really even decipher what's going on right now. So I'm going to ask ATC for lower. They're going to give us a lower. We're going to go ahead and do a descent here. First thing I'm going to prioritize is that auto fail there. So I'm going to bring that over to manual. Manual. So we're going to prioritize a pressurization system there. So speed brakes are out. Speed brakes are going to be extended. That's going to help us in our descent there. As well as I'm going to go ahead and ask for the weather here in Pittsburgh. Obviously now we are currently, turn on the seatbelt sign, we're currently diverting. Altimeter's 300. We got no winds, or I got 3606 on the winds. Coming over to flight radar 24. I'm not even pulling out the QRH yet. Again, one-man band. So all right, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're going to be landing on okay, so an ERJ just landed in Pennsylvania, and they landed on runway 28 left. I'm going to take the longest runway they got, which is runway 28 left. So we're going to go ahead and start a right turn here. Alright, coming down to 28 left is going to be our runway going in, so we're going to go ahead and divert. I'm just going to throw this into the Route 1 Kilo Papa India Tango. I'm just going to throw in our arrival there. 28 left. There we go. And legs page. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a direct towards hills. That should scoop all this out and clear that. That should clear our old route. No, that shouldn't. Okay, hold on. Pang. I like scoop through our old route here. I should have just thrown this into the Route 2. Get the Route 2 method, but what we'll do here, we'll just do this janky. So we have an inoperative anti-skid too. Oh, that's bullshit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this back up. There we go. Just throwing a direct. That's fine. That'll work. I mean, we're dealing with an onslaught of failures right now, so. All right. I'm gonna do the visual ILS backup here. We have no anti-skid. So we're gonna. The first officer would have his QRH out, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. It looks like we just got like hit by an EMP blast or something, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and get us descended now. Don't talk to the passengers yet. They don't need to hear anything. 281 and 108.9er. Just got hit by an EMP blast, man. Not sure what just happened to our jet, but we are diverting. For anybody who just joined, we are diverting to Pittsburgh. We were on our way to Chicago Midway. Looks like we're having an onslaught of failures with the aircraft. So I'm going to bring my thrust back just a bit here. I'm completely flying the aircraft, full manual control. We're on the descent into Pittsburgh right now. We just got hit with, I mean, everything in the book. So we are in a weird situation right now. So 108.9er. 108.9er. Oh, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, we're a one-man band. So you'd usually have one guy working, flying the airplane, one guy working on the failures. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring those thrust levers back there. We're gonna start a descent here. We're gonna start actually trying to get on our profile. Our seatbelt signs have been on. I'm gonna actually have to throw out our. Here we go. Throw out our outflow valve. I'm gonna have to move our outflow valve manually. So that's gonna be interesting. We're an emergency aircraft, so we'll throw in 7,500. Or not 7,500. Yeah, not 7,500. We throw in 76. Monday. And we're on the descent now. We're gonna got some IMC off the nose. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seats. Please return to your seats. We are diverting to Pittsburgh. Please return to your seats. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in our altimeters there, 300. Get the standby. Again, I have no idea what's going on with this airplane. But here's what we can factor in. So we have no anti-skid. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out our book, our QRH here. So that's in my EFB. So let me go ahead and that's gonna gotta reach for it on our on my EFB here. Let me open that. Files. And go over to that's okay. 737. We are a max tail number 1504 Juliet. All right, so we are going to. We have a cabin altitude warning. We have hydraulic low pressure. We have an equipment cooling. Half of our equipment cooling is off, so our equipment cooling fan is off. I can move that to alternate. We're gonna do all of our time critical stuff now. So make sure we have our descent rate contained. We're gonna turn off that electric motor pump there to prevent any more stress. Should already be tripped, but there you go. No anti-ice is required, so we're not even going to prioritize that, as well as I have a bleed light on our left bleed air. So I'm going to turn on, go ahead and turn on the AP here. Okay, so now that we have pretty much our systems scanned here, I'm going to go ahead and run through the QRH one by one. So first things first, I'm going to prioritize that cabin pressure light. Well, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and clear out that anti-skid in-op. So anti-skid in-op, we're going to come down, type that in, anti-skid in-op. Okay, so we cannot use our auto brake, and we're gonna have to perform the braking manually. Okay, that's what I expected from that. With our hydraulic pump, we have our primary pump running. Okay, so we have our primary pump running, and that's our demand pump. So our demand pump can stay off. Oh my God. Did I just lose my... Oh boy. What the heck is going on with this thing? Okay. Alright, so now, please tell me I just... Oh, man. Not good. Okay. Okay. So I just lost my primary screen. So now I'm thinking we're having some sort of short circuit, some sort of electrical failure, and we need to land ASAP. Some type of electrical fire. Could be potentially the electrical fire. That's what I'm thinking right now. So electrical fire, 7,500. Let's go ahead and get down here. So we're gonna go ahead, keep on descending. Again, we're gonna be visual with the runway. Right now the weather is broken, 6,500. Shoot, you got few at 900. We might have to do a right 360 here. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a right 360. To slow down here, I'm going to get my flaps out. We're going to do a flaps 40 landing. So we'll take our QRH here. Flaps 40. Okay, flaps 5s are out. No anti-ice is needed. Oh no, anti-ice is needed. That's not good. Total air temperature 3, yeah, we're gonna need anti-ice. Alright, right anti-ice coming on. I don't think, yeah, left is not gonna come on. That amber light means we got a high pressure. Oh my god. We got no anti-ice. And just on, oh boy. Alright, let's keep that speed up then to prevent ice accretion then. Right 360s, let's go ahead, let's dive below. And I will give a brace command. Here, just in case, just to be cautious. At this point, we'll go ahead and say that passengers have detected a smell coming through the cabin. All right.
Bang angle, bang angle.
Oh, there we go. Happens. All right. Right turn, so I cleared our anti-skid. I'm gonna go ahead and open up that outflow valve. There. We're gonna keep our speed up to prevent ice accretion. Okay. Equalize our pressure there in the cabin. That's not how you would do it, but I mean, when we're a one-man crew here, that's how you got to do it. So I'm gonna get our gear out. That's going to cause a little bit more noise, drag, but that's also going to help us descend faster. I'm going to go ahead and brief the flight attendants. Flight attendants, we're dealing with suspected electrical fire. Just go ahead and remain in your seats here. No type of special instructions for you. We'll be landing on land in Pittsburgh about 5 minutes. Make sure the cabin is braced. If I don't make the brace command in the next 5 minutes, make it yourself. With that being said, any questions, comments, or concerns? No? Okay, we'll be landing in the next 5 minutes. Stay safe. Evacuation's on my command. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my evac. Before I do that, let me go ahead and do fire. Okay, so I cleared most of the faults on the QRH. I'm not sure what else we got going for us. This is going to be quite facile. Alright. I see the ground. We're out of icing conditions here. Speed brakes do not arm. Get our loc. Push button. Form a turn to the right. Again, I suspect that we're on fire here, so we have to move with a sense of urgency. Absolutely insane. Give me flaps 10.
Bank angle, bank angle.
Yep, that's normal. You want to steepen that bank angle just a little bit. We do have a thermal in the ice failure. There. Turn those off. We may have ice buildup on the airframe, so be cognizant of that. That's going to cause a little bit more drag, but be cognizant of that. We may have changed flight characteristics here, so we'll go ahead and make sure that we're good there. Not much we can do about that, actually. So. All right. All right, so we're about 4,000 here. I'm going to level us off. $4,000 set. I'm going to get our approach plate up again. You have to be 4,000 by the H waypoint. What is that? Pits. Okay, pits above 3,000. All right, so we're on an intercept course 300. Give me flaps 15 while you're at it. Ref speed showing. We had no time for a landing brief, but landing brief doing visual backup ILS Any questions? No questions? Any ideas? No. A little bit of overcorrection there. That was my bad. I was looking at the MCP. We're going to send down to 3,000 now. You can see definitely how this is a two-man jet. I got radio altimeters alive. I got the loc. Watch speed. Come on, man. Give me the freaking runway, man. Are you kidding me? The one day we have an issue like this, it's freaking storming in Pittsburgh. Are you kidding me? Alright, hold on. I'll get on localizer here. There we go. Jesus Christ, I just dropped my freaking drink. That's how serious it is right now. Yeah, we're kind of like teeter-tottering on intercepting the thing here. I think I got the runway. I got the runway off the 12 here. There we go. Alright, runway's in sight. Get the flaps down. Let's go. Flaps 30, 40. A little bit low. And a landing check when you're at it. Landing gears down, flaps 40, speed brakes should be in the... we got speed brakes, do not arm. Keep him down, I'll deploy him manually on landing. And yeah, engine start switches go to continuous. You should have had those on. Thousand feet, airspeed 150. All right. Coming down the chute here, a little bit high, medium rare on the poppies coming down. Still smoke in the cabin, we're still on fire, I guess. $500. 100. 400. There we go. Just put it down, just land the freaking airplane. There. $300. 200. What do we got in these winds? 50. 40. 30. 20. Yeah, just put it on the air. 10. There you go. Put it down. There you go. Perfect. Slam it down. Get the rudder. Spoilers deploy. We're going to tap the brakes here. flight attendants to your stations. There we go. And Southwest 1322, we're going to go ahead and evacuate on the runway here. Alright, flaps are ready to 40. Let's go ahead and commence evacuation here. So, cabin's still filling with smoke here. Parking brake has been set. Speed brake lever, we're going to bring that down here. Okay, speed brakes should be down now. They are. Alright, speed brakes down. Pressurization. I already set that to man. We're already ripped open there. We probably would have destroyed the the airframe. Doing that maneuver we did. But outflow valve is open. If time permitting, verify flaps 40, flaps 48. Start levers coming to cut off. Advise tower, we are going to evacuate. We let them know that we're evacuating. Override and pull. Override, override, and override. If engine, if all occupants. Alright. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. Alright, first officer, go back and I would help with the evacuation. I'd get up. We'd get our maintenance logbook. I step away for a little bit and come back to this chaos log. I know, man. Yeah. So if you're wondering what happened, we just lost a bunch of systems. I think it's I think we have smoke in the. I think we had an electrical fire. Some type of short circuit caused an electrical fire, and a bunch of things started dying on us. We lost a bunch of systems. I lost my PFD, lost anti-skid, lost a hydraulic system, not critical, or a hydraulic pump, not a system, and our bleed one tripped. It's crazy, but yeah, we're evacuating. We're gonna probably end up on the news, get really sensationalized. Especially that beautiful, listen to that beautiful whine there. Let me turn that up for you guys. Beautiful, listen to that. So it'd be coming out. No need to use the overwings. Well, I probably would use overwings. Blow the slide down. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get out myself. So we'll say everybody's deboarded. I'm gonna slide down. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe we did that. I still don't know what happened, but I think it's an electrical fire. But that's just beautiful, man. That's just insane. Well, that's, so I hit the failure button, I did do that, but I didn't know it was gonna freaking give us a bunch of failures at the moment. I thought it would give us a bunch of like random minor failures, but apparently I guess I hit it too many times, and this is what we get. What a beauty, man. It's crazy. Absolutely lovely. Alright, well, I'll leave you guys at this. Don't hit the random failures button on the EFB on the IFLY Max. Look at that little torsion link right there. Ooh, look at that little torsion assembly. Look at the little bearings. Okay, sorry, I'm getting kind of off track there. But yeah, don't be like me, hit the failures button. But yeah, there we go. successful diversion to Pittsburgh. It was level jink. I mean, that's why you have 2 people in the cockpit. And I was literally dealing with like the whole everything in the book. But yeah, that'll do for you guys. I'll probably go back and retitle the stream. But yeah, see you guys in the next one, I guess. And thank you for choosing the First Officer Bones channel as your choice of entertainment for today, and I'll be seeing you later. Thank you.